If you need if you want it closer, these are closer, but it should.
Looks good.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna be second on, so I'm gonna leave you guys.
Awesome. Oh yeah.
Open up.
What?
Oh, thank you.
Too hot. Too hot. You can rotate
At
it.
some point, that's what we're dealing with. So we negotiate. I think we're all gonna all cool and see like this.
Smart. I need one like that.
Or like.
All right, good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for coming out to this comedy show here at Our. It is exciting to see everybody. I think it's going to be really fun. There's a lot of funny people here tonight. Before we get started, I want to thank Steph for opening up the shop to us. A lot of us probably know him already. He's wonderful. And Clay as well for being here helping out. All right, so my name is Nick. Is that volume good? Too loud? We're good? Okay, great. My name's Nick. I've been struggling a little bit lately. Just turned 47, getting older. Haven't been out on a date in like 2.5 years, and I've recently put a lot of weight on. And that's all a big drag, but it has been nice seeing some titties in the shower again. Soaking them up in there. It's pretty sweet. So I am from Kentucky originally. About 20 years ago, I moved to Humboldt County. Then about 5 years ago, I moved here. That means I'm one of the few people who have left Kentucky and turned into a hillbilly. If you've never been to Humboldt County, it is equal parts redneck and hippie. It is like if the Allman Brothers Band were a place. It is fire season, and I've got some really bad news for you. I saw on an ad the other day that only I can prevent forest fires. But that is a lot of responsibility, and I am on mushrooms pretty much all the time. So I would really suggest a go bag. Local humor. Okay. So let's see here. Hulk Hogan died recently. Hey, not so much. He was not a nice person. So for nostalgia's sake, we'll say okay, right? I guess a little sad. But I really believed in Hulk Hogan a lot when I was a kid. And, like a lot of public moralizers, I suppose he ended up being pretty empty. He preached this mantra of saying your prayers and eating your vitamins, but his vitamins turned out to be steroids and cocaine. And his prayer was that his daughter didn't date black people. That's true. Don't boo me. I mean, that was a true statement. I'm saying he's horrible. It's just an example. So like I mentioned, I'm from Kentucky, and people use Kentucky as a punchline quite a bit. Like in, there you go. Penn Valley does this thing. A lot of places do it, but like where it will refer to itself as Pentucky, and it's hurtful. The joke is that Kentucky is trashy, and that Penn Valley is ironically trashy. I guess is the joke. But it really denigrates like 4.5 million residents of Kentucky, and just from a historical standpoint, it is Tennessee that is full of the biggest fucking idiots that you have ever met in your life. Terrible. Just terrible people. Quiet. So, what would impress me is if Stevie Wonder and Ray Charles were deaf.
Instead of
Like, when you bring them up, people always say, they're blind, you know, and they're not painters.
good point.
I don't know. Go home and start singing and then close your eyes and tell me if it's any harder. It is not. It is not harder. I promise. I recently stole drugs from a high school kid. And I don't mean like I confiscated them for their own well-being. Like, I stole them for my own use.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It was pretty cool. And then because I hate this fucking kid, I told her mom that I had caught her with drugs, and that was easy because her mom is my sister. And let me tell you why I hate this fucking kid so much. She was visiting in like 2019 and riding in the car with me, and was listening to music, and it was a Grateful Dead show from October 19th, 1974. It's Jerry Garcia's second solo in Eyes of the World, and this little fuck looked at me and said, "Uncle Nick, you have bad taste in music." And I have never wanted to punch a kid in the face more. And I said, "All right, smart guy, what is your favorite music?" And she said, at the time it was Imagine Dragons. And I was so pissed and went so low that I told her to imagine dragging these nuts all over her face. All right, Clay, that one was for you. File that away, you can use it. I was out recently, and a friend of mine's kid showed up with his mom, and this kid was kind of damp and covered in purple glitter. And I asked what was going on, and the mom said that he had been at merman camp all week learning to swim. And it made me feel so good that we have come so far as a society that cultural norms prevented me from making fun of that kid in the way he deserved. Merman camp sounds like a Pride Month event at an all-inclusive resort. Like every June, going to Sandals for Merman camp. Okay, go through a couple more here, and then I will pass it on to the next person. So, is anyone here familiar with the concept of California sober? Okay, we got a couple nods here. I won't put anyone on the spot, but essentially the idea is that it's a form of harm reduction that sort of acknowledges that of all the vices one could have, smoking weed is pretty benign and something of a preventative. You can compare that to Texas sober, in which you maintain sobriety by smoking brisket, or Florida sober, in which you avoid drugs and alcohol by smoking crystal meth and drinking alcohol. No one here has been to Florida.
Is that Miami?
Anyone here like weed? I was just trying to out people. There's my joke. So my family has an ongoing text thread, and what I have learned is that my grandma knows more about using emojis than my niece knows about traditional Italian cooking. And I know that That was the punchline. That wasn't the punchline. So my grandma knows more about using emojis than my niece knows about traditional Italian cooking. And I know that because my grandma sent a message about her eggplant parmesan, and my niece was baffled by what the fuck a big cock cheese wedge is. Doesn't it like watching old people fight? No? It's like you get all the action and excitement of normal-aged people, but like, they're not strong enough to hurt each other? Look at them go. No? So I have a really sweet dog. I love her very much. And about a year or so ago, I decided to breed her. She was so wonderful. And I have this puppy now, mixed breed, and really the love of my life. And I'd like to do one of those DNA tests, but I don't want to incriminate myself. Isn't that weird? So I guess along those same lines, I think a mermaid would be a lot more appealing if they were a person on the bottom and a fish on the top. And I say that because I've never fucked a fish, but I have loved an ugly woman. All right. Okay. So, everyone, thank you so much for coming out. Really great to see everybody. And I'm going to bring you a next comedian up here. She is a local. And let's give it up for Heather.